There you go.
Hi there. I'm going to do giant flowers, hibiscus, since I'm in Florida, and I am going to make it a more of a graphic style, real simple. And first what I'm going to do is start with some, oh, and you might be able to see the bamboo that we did on the last film coming through the paint, but this paint will actually cover that because it'll be a second one.
Ooh.
But I'm actually going to get some of the background stuff going, and that means, ooh, I put a lot of water on this. That's what you're seeing drip.
Is that the Hooker's green and
No, a little bit of Hooker's green mixed with the Caribbean blue or whatever it is.
Caribbean blue?
But it really makes it pretty coming through on other things.
It's gorgeous on its own. Goodness
Right?
gracious.
I did a palm tree at the plein air thing up at the lighthouse with all pen and ink and then just washes, but then I put an outline of the aqua like this and lavender. And it was just so pretty. I may actually do that again sometime. Okay, so I just wanted to get a feel of where I might want things. Because I'm gonna do dark and then to the light. The dark will be the dark greens and everything, but I'm gonna get myself a little tiny outline of the flowers so I don't have to put the paint where those are quite so much. So maybe a giant one here. There are 5 petals on this. That's what makes it so nice to do. It's big, showy. You can do any colors. I'm probably going to do a reddish pink, I think. I tend to do a lot of that, and maybe white just as a neutral. I was going to do yellow, but I think a pink might do better. There's one. I know that's really simple. And you can adjust this as you go. You know, I mean, this isn't all written in stone. And maybe one here. When I pick up water, I only pick up a little bit. I'm just dipping the edge in. I'm not really.
How often do you look at reference when you're learning how to paint something, and how often do you look at it
Back
again?
when I was learning, I've painted so much, I don't really look anymore. When I look at reference is when somebody commissions me for a specific thing, like a horse painting that I did recently. That was very abstract, but she had a certain way she wanted it to look. I looked at reference, definitely.
Oh, I missed that one. Gosh darn it!
What?
I missed a horse
one?
painting. Was that in the last
That
month?
must have been, no, it
Oh,
was
okay.
months ago. That probably was right in between you coming to the studios, so. Yep. Are you enjoying your streaming?
Very much.
It sounds like
Very
it.
much. Though I will say, there has been several moments where the guilt of not being a quote unquote artist starts to kick in. Like, what are you doing? Why are you here? And then we had
But you still are an artist.
You still are an artist, and yes, and that's so what's crazy is we're there for the cards, like we're there to
Right.
supply,
Yes.
we are what we are. But people will come in and spend the entire day. We'll stream from 1 to 5.
Oh.
They'll just put us on their phones and they'll listen because we're that entertaining.
Oh.
And that's
Like
what
as
it's
a podcast.
kind of, yeah, which is crazy. So that's what it's.
There's a lot of ways to fit things under there.
There is indeed. It's been quite. And then we had dinner with our boss, and come to find out, he had studied film.
Oh, interesting.
So he's also an artist in a way. He's a bit.
Well, absolutely, yeah.
He's a bit too charismatic to be a traditional introvert artist, I think.
Uh-huh.
He's definitely an entrepreneur. But then you start to wonder, well, is that not just an artist of business? And then you're
artist of business.
exactly your definition
And
of the word changes a little bit.
People call me an artist, and I always kind of cringe because I don't consider myself a traditional artist. And since owning the studios, I find I love the entrepreneurial stuff, which is one of the reasons why I want to do the videos for that, because I'm turning that Octagon room into a little boutique-y show space type thing. And I find I like almost pronouncing myself more as that's going to be a little tiny one, and maybe a few, we'll put those in later. I was going to say a few buds. But anyway, I find myself almost thinking more of myself as an entrepreneur because I enjoy it so much. Okay, I'm going back to the greens now that I really know better where I'm putting things. And, but that helped me figure out what I wanted to do. The light aquas will be more towards the top. And I'm just gonna put them around. I don't really know that this is going to be where it's gonna be at the end. You just don't know. And the thing is when you do this, don't make yourself crazy over the paint, because something that's really awesome about this particular paint, these are, let me show you. These are my Walmart Wonders. It's just apple barrel, and people can always get closer to that too. Apple barrel paints, but they dry extremely quick, and I can paint over very quickly. So don't limit yourself. And I think I put aqua on my nose.
Yep, you're good.
Okay, so now I'm gonna work my way down to the darkers. And I'm just gonna scrub it in because I'm coming on top of this with leaves and fronds and craziness.
Is that
This is
an intuitive lighting choice, putting the lighter aquas up top? And
yeah, I just adore aqua to green to, yeah, it's just from knowing, I guess, yes. This isn't something that, it's just from having done this so much.
Yeah.
Now, I get clients who want a particular color palette. And if they want a color palette, that's what I use. And that's absolutely fine. I mean, you have your home, you want it to be, tans, oranges, and chocolate, and I don't know, maybe a navy blue. Guess what? I use that palette just mixed to light or dark or whatever. And that's actually a lot of fun. I'm just using this pretty much just because I know these colors are gonna look great together. And I won't finish this whole thing on this particular one, but I'll take you to a certain point, then I'll finish it up and I'll show you a picture of it finished. But you'll get to see the main body of it. Notice how I'm just going around some of these petals and all crazy. Mixing it in with the aqua.
No particular care with the brushes or
No,
brush strokes,
this is,
just
no,
literal
and
scrubbing.
this is just one of those chip brushes. It's an old chip brush, but I use it to just scrumble it on. You'll see I'm almost like scrubbing it. And I'll start adding a little darkness as we're working down. And down at the bottom, we'll actually get almost to a black. Well, not black, but super dark green. and I'll put lighter leaves on that. I did an abstract sailboat recently, and I did it on loose canvas like this, and I sold it. Thought I was gonna sell it to somebody who would want it loose, you know, not stretched. But the people who bought it, they decided they wanted it stretched. So I'm thinking of, when I finish this, giving it a nice rough cut around, well, we'll see. I might not even have to do a rough cut, but let this just hang in the studios the way it is. We'll see. We'll see what the interest is. Again, with paint, you can make anything happen. Nothing's written in stone. You can just paint over it. And I have done that. I find a lot of artists are very, judgmental and harsh on themselves. And I hate that, because it really is something you're supposed to enjoy and, you know, and just do it. You don't need to worry about all that.
My comment at the beginning was a perfect example.
What
Case
was
in
it?
point.
What did you say?
The guilt at not. being,
Oh,
quote,
of
unquote.
not being
Yeah, exactly.
quote artist.
Quote unquote.
No. No. Yeah. What about your? I mean, you are. Are you still doing the cartoon comic books, rather, covers?
At the moment, not very well though.
Why?
Just output.
Oh, output. Just because you're so busy with the other.
Exactly.
Oh,
Exactly.
that's something you got to figure out.
Exactly. And the gentleman knows. He's aware.
Yeah. He knows.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And at this point, the way I see it, it's been proven the amount of output that can be achieved.
That you
when the
can
time-
do. Right. Yeah.
But if people, because he's like, the demand is crazy. People come in every show asking if I have new stuff of your work. I'm like, good.
Oh gosh.
Then that's an opportunity to play with the market a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
And that's where you learn a whole bunch of business stuff dealing
Oh,
with business
yes.
people. It's fascinating.
Yes. Yes. And the business part is there's ghosts in my life.
I swear there are.
Yeah. When I had that happen, it was just too strange for me. I think all artists, if they're just going out from a fine art place or being off on their own, they should take some business. Because if you're not going to be in the business world and getting the experience like you are, you need to have somebody telling you about the money part of it.
Not even the money, it's the psychology of it.
Oh, marketing.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I always,
And how to act, like you can learn until you're blue in the face, but actually implementing it and seeing how to read a situation that's so that you know it's appropriate to adjust, to up it or to lower it or whatever.
Well, you said that when you were in the studios watching me, how I spoke with clients and everything.
It's fascinating.
It comes naturally to me now, but from where I was when I was young, I mean, that all grew. You had to learn how to, talk to people and be respectful and explaining what you're doing and all of that.
But still manage the conversation.
But still
you're leading
manage
the conversation, yeah.
Yes, yeah, and still manage it. That's a good way of putting it, managing the conversation. Because you deal with all kinds of personalities.
And when we say managing, we're not even saying like in a negative
Oh gosh,
connotation.
no.
No, it's more just
You really do have to learn to be polite at the right times and
you are
when to stand up for yourself and
direct and
yeah.
exactly. You are navigating that vessel.
Well, I think everybody that you have to learn that as you go along. People don't realize how much business is in art unless you've got an art rep and you can go sit in your nice little tidy hole or wherever. It doesn't just happen. It doesn't just happen. Okay,
So we're at 15 minutes.
Okay, and I'm gonna start playing with the flowers.
And I am smelling garlic and onions.
That's the meatloaf I'm cooking.
Excellent.
That's awesome. I'm glad it's cooking.
Julie had a mishap with lemons and lavender this morning.
Yes, I have this little, what do you call the things that you put in your car? I put them in the AC thing because I carry so much junk in my car that at its age I feel it's kind of smelly, and it is. And I refill it with lemon oil.
Oh, very nice.
Yeah,
like essential oils. Nice.
Yeah, not lemon oil, it's lemongrass oil. I have lemongrass out back actually. And anyway, I must have not put it into the thing properly, and it got all over my hand, and it doesn't just wash off because it has all that wonderful essential stuff into it.
What are there some natural benefits for lemon oil? Or
Probably
lemongrass?
that I don't totally know. I know the peppermint is just good for
relaxation?
alertness and maybe even relaxing, but it's also an alertness type thing. I had a great aunt who would keep a little tiny bottle of Vicks Vapor Rub in a handkerchief. This was back 20, 30 years ago, actually. So she was old, she was in her 90s at that time. And she would just sniff that. And she was very sharp.
Huh.
Yeah, I will say. That was so cute. Her name was Aunt Grace. And she was very feisty Pennsylvanian.
Which part? The Philly or the Pittsburgh?
She was Pittsburgh.
Yeah,
I'm Pitt. Yeah, I'm Pitt.
That's a special kind of Pennsylvania.
Is it really? I don't know.
I think
I was only. My father's family was from there.
They're spunky. They are very spunky.
And
some of the sweetest people you'll meet, but goodness, are they spunky?
spunky.
So
I enjoyed living there because when I went to visit as a child, it was still a real steel town and very, I don't know, are those showing okay?
Yep.
It was very, the pollution was horrendous. And then it went through a big makeover, became much more of a business hub, I guess you would say. And when we went to live there, we were living in California, and we were with the Westin William Penn.
Mm-hmm.
And that's a hotel, Westin is a hotel chain. And so we were moved to Pittsburgh from Los Angeles. And it was amazing when we flew into that city. It was at night, and it was just sparkling, and it was absolutely stunning. And I had a great 3 years there, getting to know my family from that side. Really nice.
Great food. Excellent food.
They've probably become even more so since I left there in the 80s, so I don't really know much about it in the recent years. Might have to get some more weight here. Okay, now I'll start on a reddish pink, I should say.
surprised you haven't gotten a dog yet.
No,
You kind of expect
my
one.
kitties, I know, I would love one, but, my kitties just aren't ready. And tell you the truth, for traveling and all that kind of stuff, I might just wait till the kitties have had their lives and not disrupt them. My fish, I made a new fish pond out back.
Hey.
It's gorgeous. And my big guy that was out front got to move, and he is like, what the heck? Why didn't you move me sooner? And so I'm gonna get some new fish for the front pond.
Very nice.
Yeah, I'm excited. Doesn't take much to make me happy. Note how I'm pulling this out while it's still a little damp. I want to get some depth in there. Whoops, that one's still really wet. And I'll come back to that. Oh boy, I can smell that. Meatloaf. Where do you want to go to lunch?
I'm happy with anything.
Have you ever, well, I don't know what your schedule is, although it only takes 10 minutes to get there. There's a place up on Bridge Road in Hope Sound. Neighbor owns that, and it's pretty good. It's called Taylor's Beach House.
I don't think I have been there.
No? You want to try it?
Sure.
Oh, did you see the thing for our cardboard challenge?
Saw a challenge.
Yeah. It's Jerry, Ori, and I went down to the Norton, and they have a boxing show. It's about boxing, and you wouldn't think, you don't put that with art per se. It was a really wonderful show, but they had a lot of cardboard stuff, and Jerry and I love cardboard junk, Jerry especially. And so I thought, what the heck? So hopefully everybody will come up with some imaginative things.
Who has she has a wall near Dave.
Oh, Melissa.
Yes.
Yeah.
I love her cardboard work.
Oh, hold it. No. Oh, you're thinking Linda Matheson.
Linda.
Yes, and I was thinking of her also because I would like to, she does some really cool paper stuff. I'll be curious to see what she comes up with. Okay, these are basically the basics. And then I'm going to get, one more red flower in before. So, have you watched anything good lately?
Not really.
What's his face? Paul Gierges over around the corner. He told me about, he knows I like science fiction-y or just fun things too. Told me about Blast from the Past. It was hilarious. I can't believe I didn't see when that came out.
What was it about?
This guy who is raised in a bomb shelter.
Oh boy.
Because his parents think that during the Cuban Missile Crisis, think that the bomb was dropped right on their house.
Oh boy.
But it was a plane that crashed, and the father had been a scientist and everything and had built a bomb shelter in his house, and it locked itself in for 38 years. It was hilarious about, how the kid came into, being a very naive 38-year-old
Oh my gosh.
and came out into the world then and had to navigate all kinds of stuff. It was fun.
Good.
I would highly recommend. How's that looking so far?
Really nice.
Anything I'm not seeing?
Colors are beautiful. Nope. We're about 25 minutes in.
Okay. I'll try to, you know what, maybe what I'll do is just stop it at 30, but I wanna show, I'll just stop here on this part and show what I'd like to do with, some leaves and that kind of thing. Let's see, I wanna get a straight edge here, so. Using a straight edge. Actually, I can sort of make this, I'm making this kind of watery for background leaves. I'm adding a lot of water. So, I'm gonna take my water in my hand actually. It's not staying watery enough. Okay. And you just start adding leaves all around. And try to think about the composition, and it's very hard to teach composition. I'm not sure what to tell you, but your brain knows when something's off balance or there's too much of something. You can go and study some. I think I never was trained, so I learned by doing, and you know, and there were some times, I know back when I was young, where, oh, the composition was definitely off. And, but your brain knows it, and that's how I learned. You know, I knew it by looking at the finished product and saying, oh, you know, that's not working for me.
When we say composition, it's how you lay out an image. Some of the things you might look for is balance, contrast, emphasis, movement, pattern, rhythm, unity. I would argue though that balance is, you can get away with quite a lot. Yeah, as long as it doesn't feel like.
Yes.
And you'll know when you put something somewhere and you feel that flip in your stomach, like, ooh, that doesn't feel right. That looks like it's gonna fall over. That makes me uneasy.
And it doesn't mean also though that you have to follow the written rules that they have on it, because you might miss something that's really special then. And it could just be a one color thing, or, you know, a stick. You know,
Had that happen before. Remember your flowers? Oh, your favorite commission you did a couple months ago?
Oh, yes. I mean, and that, I just had to work that one out, you know? And oh my gosh, they loved it. That was just, actually picked up.
It was a wrestling match.
Yeah. Oh boy. It really was. Anyway.
And some of them are, and that's okay.
Oh yeah, and that's okay. Commissions are not for the faint of heart.
Nope.
And not for emotional things. It's first off, it's a business deal. Then comes the art. And you're having to make somebody happy. It isn't just about you.
In those situations, you're the paintbrush that they would wish they could use. Almost.
And sometimes you just have to tell them to back off. Because they don't have a clue. I had one client when I was doing, this was a mural job, not a fine art commission. And she was this high color person, just loved lots of color. Didn't care how she put it together, she knew what she wanted. And I had to, it was a good learning experience for me because my style isn't necessarily, I know this doesn't look like it, but my normal fine art painting isn't high color type thing necessarily. But she was totally fun, and I just had to learn to do what she wanted, and her house was a blast to walk through. I wouldn't want to live in it myself, but it was, by the time we were done, it was great, and it was her, you know, and you just, yeah, I had to learn to read that properly. Ooh, hair in the paint.
You're doing it wrong, unless
Right.
hair in the paint.
Okay, how are we on time?
We are at 31 minutes and
Oh.
11 seconds.
Okay, that's it for now, and I'll finish it off and show you a finished picture. Maybe another small video, we'll see. Bye.